Hello and welcome to the F2 Challenge on Google Stadia. It's round 16 and we're about to head to the Singapore race. Just a quick look at the championship standings. We've got Matsushita leading Delatraz. It's a much closer margin than we had a few races back. Obviously Delatraz won the last race in Monza. Further down, Roccanacci, our teammate, has really been leading our charge and scored another few points in Monza to get up to 20 points, still 15th in the championship, whereas we're on 7 points behind him. Next race, as said, is Singapore. Let's hope it's a good one.
Excitement awaits as we get set for another enthralling race here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit in the heart of Singapore. The drivers and teams are ready, so let's head down for the action. Located in the heart of Singapore's Marina Bay, this bumpy street circuit is seen as one of the most physically demanding in motorsport. It can be a particularly technical circuit to navigate, one that has proved popular with fans and drivers alike. As we await the start of another hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remaining calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Let's take a look at the grid positions for today's race. Louis Delatraz lines up on pole position, and it's Sergio Sette Camara in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Latifi, Giotto, Nick de Vries, and Galeo, Mazepin, Matsushita, Schumacher, Guan Yu Zhou, Boccolacci, Ilott, Mahavir Raghunathan, and King, Correa, Boschon, Aitken, and Antoine Hubert. Calderon and Giuliano Alesi starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Well, the Singapore street race, famous for being Formula One's first night race, but of course on the F2 support calendar we race whilst it's still light, meaning the track is very, very different to how we normally see it. Let's have a look, and we're in 17th position on the grid, which is slightly better than the 18th we had last time, but still need a bit more luck trying to overtake on this tricky street circuit. Our setup, I'm going to go for the increased downforce on preset 2. Last week we went for the maximum downforce setting on preset 1 with wet in Monza. This is dry, thankfully, but it's still going to be tricky to overtake. Street circuit's not our speciality, as we've seen in Vietnam and Monaco and Baku before. So, floodlights out, and we're on our way. We've already got past Hubert. We're going to step on the brakes just to be forced out a little bit wide. The Boschon gets the best start ahead of us.
Front wing, it'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
We managed to get past him into the next corner, leaving him a bit of room on the outside, and he's still managing to get past us. Go that outfield corner there. That is as close as you want to get. And some late braking means we are ahead of him at the end of that.
Okay, you have wing damage. This will be a major performance impact unless you box for a new one. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
And I'm just going to spend a bit of time evaluating whether going for this new strategy is better for us. I honestly don't think we can expect much better performance. I think our best hope is to stay ahead, keep Hubert and Alacy, and I believe the other one would be Calderon behind us, and finish the race. Which again, finishing out a street track is not something that I typically do, even on a short 5-lap race such as this. Across the line to finish the first lap. We're still in 17th, so we're still in the same position where we were. We didn't qualify, of course it's random qualifying. We're at the same position we were placed in off the start. We'd like to make a few positions, but fortunately I think Boschong and King have put paid to that by causing us a little bit of damage on the front wing. You can see on the left hand side there, compared to the right hand side where we actually still have the end plate and it's not flapping about as much. Not going too badly at the moment. We appear to be matching Boschong ahead of us. Let's see if we can push forward and maybe we can make up positions. And not if we do that, that's Aiken right on our side.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
We're going to run wide on the exit of that corner just to protect our position. As a result, we've lost a couple of attempts. Boschong in front of us. The gap was at 1.8, it's now just over 2 seconds. 2.2. I felt a nudge there. Obviously Hubert is getting fairly impatient. He has now been overtaken by Alacy behind us, meaning we've got a bit of breathing space whilst they fight. We've lost 7 tenths against Boschong ahead of us, Alacy's teammate. And if you look at the map of the track, right in the bottom left corner you can see the 2 pink cars, which are Hubert and Calderon, are 19th and 20th. Obviously we're not having the best race, that team, the Arden team. I hate that corner. Let's put Alacy right in front of us. We've lost the position twice on that corner now. And Calderon's got past Hubert. I wonder if Hubert's picked up some damage from fighting us. Taking a rather liberal approach to track limits, much like the FIA do in Formula 1. whilst this is a street circuit and there are concrete walls, there is some runoff that we are seemingly allowed to use. Lacey right behind us. This is going to be tight with him all the way to the line. I remember we had a good battle with his teammate Boschon in Hungary after we spun out on the second or third lap. He was placed right towards the back of the field. Just as we looked back there, we could see him sliding off. I think he might have tried to put his nose up the inside. We didn't see him coming, turned in. There really was no way he was going to make that move stick anyway. But it means going into this corner, which we still mess up. The first time we're not overtaken by someone else. We've got Cold One behind us now. We've had all three of those people behind us directly at one point. We muck up the exit on that corner, losing us time. We're going through. I believe this is the section, or the section we just drove through was the infamous Bashgate section of track from the 2008 Formula 1 race. If you want to have a read up about that, I fully recommend it. We go on to the final lap. They're 5 seconds behind, but only a tenth in front of Cold One. Well, now back up to 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths. But they'll still get DRS on us. Cold One, the only female driver in the field. And showing that girls can race. Unfortunately, she's not getting the results she wants at the moment. Neither are we. He's still getting some good fighting experience trying to overtake us around Singapore. What was a very tricky chicane once upon a time is now just a simple left-hander in turn 10. Let's see if we can get this corner right this time. Hit the apex, and a little bit too excited coming out of it. We slide out. That means it's going to be right going through this corner, which we also widen. The Cold One right alongside us. Now you see those red arrows. They're just seeing a little bit of our front wing, and it's come off. We are ahead. Louis Delatraz comes through to take the win. I'd love to see what that does for the championship, or indeed where Matsushita finishes, as that closes the championship up further going into the final few rounds. We now finished the European races. We did that with Italy last time out. Then into the flyaways, and Singapore race finishes with us in 17th.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
A great win then for the Carlin team today. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was in the strategy. Credit to the driver for sure, but races like this really drive home how much of a team sport this is. They did a lot of work on the pit wall to really make the most of each stint and to make the best use of the tires. But that said, all of that would have been for nothing without a talented hand on the wheel.
And there you have it, today's winners, having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for? Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Davide Valsecchi obviously doesn't have an opinion on driver of the day this time out, but Tatiana Calderon did get it for her spirited drive up to P18 and spirited fight against us for that P17 spot. We finished where we started, much like Boschon ahead of us, our teammate just outside the points in 11th. Further up, you can see Delatraz winning for Carlin, but his teammate Matsushita only 7th. So let's have a look at what that does to the championship, and it closes it to a 6-point gap. Now, if you remember earlier, that gap was a lot larger, possibly even as much as 70 points. But seeing Matsushita down so far the order, really is making it a close championship as we go into the final few rounds. Thank you very much for watching. Join us again next time for more F2 Challenge.